Hey mates, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host Blind Prime, and for today I'm going to be teaching you how to transform Transformers Age of the Primes Firefight or Fireflight. My my text reader keeps confused. It's either Fireflight or Firefight. Can't really tell the difference with my text reader. Sometimes it's not good at doing words that sound very similar, and the robot voice will confuse me a bit. So, let me know in the comments. Is it Firefight or Fireflight? I'd really like to know. Thank you. So today I'm going to be verbally explaining this transformation, talking about it step by step, audio description style. That way, if you are an individual who has lost the instructions, or you are an individual who is blind or visually impaired and cannot read the instructions, I'm here to assist you in transforming your Transformer. After all, Transformers for the blind increase our mind-hand coordination. If you're an individual who has lost their vision, you've relied entirely on eye-hand coordination for your entire life, and you need a training to get used to doing it differently. And it sucks that you got to do it differently, but you got to do it differently. So you got to develop those mind-hand coordination skills. That way, you know what your hand is doing without even looking. And that's an important skill to develop, and these are amazing teaching tools to help you develop those skills. So without further ado, let's get into today's transformation. Please, if you want to help me reach more blind people and visually impaired people out there in the world, like, share, and subscribe. With your help, we can help others. And that's what this channel is all about, assisting the blind in finding new and creative ways to help them overcome the depression that comes with becoming blind. That is the main goal of this channel. So help me help others. Thank you so much. Now let's get into it. Okay, first and foremost, you don't really need to remove the weapons from his little lower wing pieces. That's why I left them there. I put them down here at the lower wings. There's a siege port in each of the wings on his legs, which will allow you to do that. Now, to start this transformation off, you want to rotate his head. And I hate rotating his head because it feels so stiff. I worry that I'm going to be ripping plastic off. But you rotate his head 180 degrees. Then you come around here to his back, and he's got this nose cone thing. That's his backpack. You fold it up, and then you fold the backpack towards the head. And it will kind of rest on either side of the head. But we're not going to close that over the head just yet. Leave it 45 degrees open so that we can come around here and play with the hands. There's a right way and a wrong way to do the hands. And I will tell you this. The easiest way to figure this out is find the siege port that's on the forearm, and then feel around where the hinge is for the backpack that allows this thing to move. Feel down that hinge, and you'll go into kind of this little negative zone that's part of the Transformer's back. Fireflight's back, and there is a siege peg right there sticking out. That will fit into the siege port on the back of the forearm. So you just kind of rotate the forearm around, and you line up those ports, and there you go. And you'll have that little indent that we saw in, pretty sure his name's Slingshot. We saw in Slingshot, and it's a nice little thing. So we're going to come around here to the other side. We're going to fold this arm up, then we're going to line up that siege port with that peg that's up there on his back, and we're going to squeeze them together and get that port to connect. Sometimes it doesn't want to connect. Sometimes you gotta force it a little bit, because he can be a little obtuse. He can be a little obtuse, like right now. Why are you being like this? There's the port. There's your port. There you go. Who's a good Fireflight? You are. Now that those arms are connected to either side, go ahead and close this nose cone down, and that will lock into the back of the elbows to ensure a strong, sturdy connection. And that's what you want. Now it feels good and tight. Now let's move around over here to his legs. So go to the front of his legs, and there's little trapdoors here. We can pull each of these little trapdoors up, and you'll discover a big old hollow zone inside his legs. Now we're going to fold the legs up, but I find it's easier to, before folding the legs up, make sure they're each pulled out as far as possible, line them up with each other, and go ahead and attach the legs together. There's different ports and pegs that will allow the legs to attach together. Now I'm not sure if these these little arm things have any pegs. Let's see. Nope. So the little things that you folded out for the front of the feet, there's nothing that connects them together. So all the connections are on the back of the legs. Now that the legs are connected, you want to grab the leg chunk in one hand and grab the front of the vehicle mode in the other and kind of push it forwards till it lines up. Then, after you've lined it up and you made sure it's all good and the waist isn't too twisted and you run your finger down the structure and everything is lined up properly, go ahead and collapse the two little trap doors. And now that you've done that, lower the wing on each side and then take this backpack, his feet thing that he's got going on here, push his toes upwards and then push the rest downwards, or his heels downwards, and you'll make the back of the jet. And now reach over here to his head and pull out his little landing gear from the back of his head. And if you feel down here, you'll find that there's 2 more landing gears near the engine. You can't pull those out any further. They're just kind of hard-coded in there. And there you go. That is how you transform Transformers, Age of the Primes, Fireflight from robot mode to vehicle mode. I think that that's a nice little transformation. It's not too complex. I do wish it was a bit more complex and have a little more fun with the transformation, but this is a combiner piece, so we come to expect less when it comes to the transformation complexities when we get to combiner pieces. That's why this guy is less than I was hoping he would be, but he's not a bad transformation. Very intuitive, things come together quite well, and you get this squat little plane. I'm going to give the transformation a B+. It's too simple for A's, sorry, but it is a very good transformation. Now, like I said, it's very intuitive, and you get a nice little plane out of it. That's solid, except for the little part where the 2 pieces connect together. That's going to wiggle a bit, and there's no help in that. That happens with slingshot, that happens with drag strip, that happens with dead end. It's just something that happens with these particular arm pieces. And this is the left arm of Superion. So, tomorrow we're going to go over all the Superion pieces in their vehicle modes, and then on Friday we will be discussing how to combine Superion into Superion, or how to combine the aerial bots into Superion. So please, stay tuned to the channel, like, share, and subscribe, comment below, and I will catch you next Prime. Until then, bye-bye for now.